Thank you. The answer is hard work. Hard work. When people hear what I do, they often say, you know, I've always thought I could write a book. I think I have a book inside of me. What's it like? The answer is hard work. In this age of technology, most everybody can write a book. It's not that difficult. What is hard, though, is writing a book that people are willing to turn the next page and the next page all the way through to the end. Writing a really good book, that's hard work. My name is Chris Malburg, and I am a professional writer. Thank you. The answer is talking with readers. Talking with readers. People ask me, what do you get out of these books? Well, I get a number of things. The first thing is a lot of suggestions. People will read a passage from God's Banker, for example, and they'll say, you know, that passage was good, but, there's always a but, I would have done it this way. So I get a lot of suggestions. I get a lot of criticism. Everyone's a critic. People want to tell you how to do the job. The best thing about doing this job, though, especially writing fiction, is I get to entertain my readers. I wanted to show my friends and colleagues a good time, either when they're on a plane or at the beach or during their leisure time. One of the things I love about being a professional writer is I get to learn stuff that I never before learned. A good example is the sniper scene in God's Banker. We've got a professional assassin who's making a 1.5 mile shot. That's pretty tough. How do you do it? There's a lot of physics involved. And I learned how to do that. And more importantly, now my readers know how that's usually done. Thank you, Carrie. The answer is trade-off of time for attention. Most books aren't very expensive, and my books, I deliberately price them at pretty much the minimum that both Amazon and some of the other ebook platforms will allow. In the case of Deadly Acceleration and God's Banker, the price is $2.99, a little bit more for the paperback versions. Yeah, give me a few dollars to cover the costs, but more importantly, spend some time with me. Let me tell you a story, and I promise not to disappoint. I want to give them allow them to get lost in the lives of my characters and what's happening to them, what their emotions are, what they're going through, what risks they're taking, and what's at stake. Thank you. By the way, this is Carrie. Carrie is, you see she's dressed up. She's getting ready to go to the Torrance Memorial Hospital for her shift as a hospital therapy dog. The answer is to speak for those who can't. People ask me all the time, well, what's your cause, what's your purpose in life? Why do you do this? What's your why? The why tends to be psycho-speak for what is your purpose? Why are you here? And it took a while for me to finally figure this out, but when I did, it became very simple. My why, my purpose, is to speak for those who either can't speak for themselves or won't. I think of myself as highly fortunate in having found my cause and purpose at some time in my life, and I was able to incorporate that into my work. Thank you, Carrie. Question number 6, the final question. The answer is, write your little heart out. If I could give any author or fledgling writer any advice, it would be to write about something that you know. In my case, I'm a CPA, I have an MBA in finance, and as I said before, I'm a former investment banker. I know global finance. The first two books that I wrote, the fiction novels anyway, Deadly Acceleration and God's Banker, were financially oriented. They had a financial backstory. In the case of God's Banker, I added to that something I always wanted to learn about, the Vatican Bank. So that book is definitely not a religious book. It has nothing to do with that, although the Vatican Bank and Roman Catholic Church provide a pretty interesting backstory. Well, right from the very beginning, you want to establish a certain amount of credibility with your readers and your audience. I hate books that I end up knowing more about the subject than the author apparently does. I don't want that. I wrote God's Banker. If I could hope for anything, it would be that readers who have gone through the book, enjoyed the book, spent some time with the book, come back to me and say, you know, you really entertained me. You had me going. I didn't know what ultimately was going to happen until the very end. Thank you. I'm Malburg, and I am a writer.